The great European immigration to the United States during the 19th century represented a transformative era in both American and European history, marked by the movement of tens of millions of people across the Atlantic in search of survival, freedom, and opportunity. Throughout the 1800s, Europe experienced dramatic social and economic upheaval caused by rapid population growth, the decline of traditional agrarian economies, and the disruptive effects of industrialization, which displaced rural workers and created overcrowded, impoverished cities. Widespread poverty, food shortages, and unemployment pushed many families to consider emigration as the only viable path forward. One of the most tragic examples was the Irish potato famine of the 1840s, which led to mass starvation and death, and forced over 1 million Irish people to flee their homeland, many of whom settled in American cities. Similarly, political unrest and repression following the failed liberal revolutions of 1848 drove Germans, Italians, and other Europeans to leave societies where censorship, lack of political representation, and rigid class systems limited personal freedom. Religious minorities, such as Jews from Eastern Europe and Catholics facing discrimination in Protestant dominated regions, also saw the United States as a place where they could practice their faith without persecution. The United States, meanwhile, was undergoing rapid territorial expansion and industrial growth and required vast amounts of labor to build railroads, factories, canals, and cities, as well as to farm newly acquired Western lands. American industries and government policies actively encouraged immigration by promoting cheap land, higher wages than those available in Europe, and the powerful idea of social mobility, later known as the American Dream, which promised that hard work could lead to economic success regardless of social origins. The journey to America was often long, dangerous, and exhausting, with immigrants traveling in overcrowded steerage compartments on steamships, facing disease, poor sanitation, and high mortality rates. Yet the hope of a better future outweighed these risks. Upon arrival at major ports such as New York, Boston, and Philadelphia, immigrants were processed, inspected, and released into a society that offered opportunity but also intense hardship. Many newcomers settled in rapidly growing urban centers, finding employment in factories, slaughterhouses, mines, and construction sites, where they endured long working hours, low wages, unsafe conditions, and little job security. Housing was often overcrowded and unsanitary, with entire families living in small tenement apartments, contributing to the spread of disease and social problems. At the same time, immigrants faced strong opposition from nativist movements that viewed them as threats to American values, jobs, and political stability, leading to discrimination, violence, and the rise of anti-immigrant political parties such as the Know Nothings. Despite these challenges, European immigrants played a central role in shaping American society by providing the labor force that fueled industrial expansion, urban growth, and infrastructure development. They built railroads that connected the continent, worked in steel mills and textile factories that powered the industrial economy, and farmed vast areas of land that helped turn the United States into a global agricultural power. Immigrants also formed close-knit ethnic communities, establishing churches, schools, newspapers, labor unions, and mutual aid societies that preserved cultural traditions while helping newcomers adapt to their new environment. Over time, many immigrants and their descendants gradually integrated into American society through education, intermarriage, and political participation, influencing language, food, music, religion, and social norms. By the end of the 19th century, the massive influx of European immigrants had permanently transformed the United States into a complex, diverse, and dynamic nation, laying the foundations of its modern multicultural identity and shaping its economic strength, cultural richness, and global influence for generations to come.